Annal review. The comedians Justin Auslander and Lindsay Bowling look back at a specific historical event or era, and debate whether lessons were learned or if we are simply doomed to repeat past mistakes. Stand-up comedians are also slated for the event, along with sketches and a trivia game. At 8 p.m., The Creek and the Cave, Queens, 718-706-8783, creeklick.com. Kasia Pilot, Bad Bunny. In just 2 years, Bad Bunny has become one of the most innovative and original voices in Latin music, a clever and gritty rapper-singer with a distinctively dreamy tone and an inimitably flamboyant image. He is in high demand, as is clear from his plan to perform twice, in 2 different boroughs, on New Year's Eve. At Salsa con Fuego, The Bronx, salsaconfuego.com. Also at Amadeus, Queens, clubamadeusnewyork.com. John Caramanica, The Bad Plus. At the turn of the millennium, The Bad Plus's punk jazz assault on Smells Like Teen Spirit threw the band onto the pages of Rolling Stone and Spin and other publications that usually wouldn't know what to do with a trio of acoustic improvisers like Ethan Iverson, Reed Anderson, and Dave King. Almost 18 years later, that ever-dependable lineup, they've never hired a sub, is set to change. Mr. Iverson, its pianist, is leaving, to be replaced by Orrin Evans. The band's New Year's Eve performances at the Village Vanguard have become a tradition unto themselves. This year's show will be Mr. Iverson's final night with the trio. At 9 and 11 p.m., Village Vanguard, Manhattan, 212-255-4037, villagevanguard.com. Giovanni Russonello, Beach Fossils and Hoops. Hopeful, wistful 1960s folk pop and pessimistic early 1980s post-punk reach a tuneful truce in the concise but shimmery songs of Beach Fossils. Hoops emerged in 2015 with lo-fi recordings drawing on similar sources, smudged with the seemingly modest but determined do-it-yourself aesthetic of vintage collegiate indie rock. Also performing, Claro and Chorizo. 7 p.m., Baby's All Right, Brooklyn, 718-599-5800, babiesallright.com. John Perels, Sandra Bernhardt and Garland Jeffries. A pair of welcome returns. Mr. Jeffries, the Brooklyn-born, socially conscious singer-songwriter who summed up a solo recording career of nearly half a century with 14 Steps to Harlem in 2017, will perform at 7 p.m. At 9 and 11, Ms. Bernhardt will break out her Sandemonium, built, cheekily, no doubt, as a brief respite from the endless madness, accompanied by the Sandyland Squad Band. At Joe's Pub, The Public Theater, Manhattan, 212-539-7778, publictheater.org. Elissa Gardner, The Birdland Big Band with the special guest Veronica Swift. The daughter of jazz musicians, Ms. Swift soaked up bebop and older swing and was performing before her teens. Still in her early 20s, she's a precocious interpreter with a tangy, lissom soprano. She'll join this storied club's versatile band in residence for shows at 8 and 11 p.m. At Birdland Jazz Club, Manhattan, 212-581-3080, birdlandjazz.com. Gardner, Chris. Body. Inhale slowly, rolling your shoulders up toward your ears. Let the past year become a big ball in your mind. You see it sitting there, a few feet in front of your nose, nothing but a mound of rubble. Now, slowly let the air out, your shoulders falling gently. As the air goes out, let that whole ugly ball evaporate. It's been a hard year, but now it's over. Now, as you inhale again, I want you to envision 2018 rising before you. This time you see a lovely landscape, stretched out for miles, bright and blank. You're hearing a pure, gossamer sound, aren't you? No, that's not the Buddha. That's Chris Botti, patron saint of New Age sounds and trumpet reverb. He's ready to clear your mind and purify your body of all that bad 2017 residue. Just make sure not to fall asleep on your yoga mat. At 7 and 10 p.m., Blue Note, Manhattan, 212-475-8592, bluenote.net. Rusonello, James Brown Dance Party. A sundry crew of touring band all-stars including the bassist Fred Thomas and the drummer Robert Thompson, known as Mousy, both veterans of James Brown's own ensemble, convened to recreate some of the songs that Brown used to redefine dance music in the 1960s and 70s. At 9 p.m., Gramercy Theatre, Manhattan, 212-614-6932, thegramercytheatre.com. Rusonello, Cardi B and Venus X. There is likely to be no more nuclear New Year's Eve celebration in New York than this one, the conclusion of a year in which Cardi B graduated from Instagram and reality TV fame to purchase atop hip-hop and the Billboard Hot 100. A sui generis New York character, she's an impressive rapper and a charismatic dynamo. The pairing of her with Venus X, the doyenne of the post-genre, all subcultures welcome GHE20G0TH1K party, is inspired. At 9 p.m., Knockdown Center, Queens, 718-489-6285, adhocpresents.com. Caramanica, City Fox 2018. This is a marathon, an actual marathon, lasting 26.2 hours, with tickets available for entrance at various points in the proceedings. Among the headliners are the German house music innovator Dixon, New York's own grown-up house music prodigies the Martinez Brothers, and also from Germany, Recondite, who plays a sensual kind of techno. Also featuring Lee Borage, Mandy, Steve Bug, and a dozen others. At 10 p.m., Avant Gardner, Brooklyn, 347-987-3146, facebook.com/The City Fox Experience. Caramanica, Sharif Clayton and Friends. This trumpeter serves up a caffeinated blend with debts to the post-disco era of jazz fusion. Think of Chuck Mangione and the Blackbirds and the Clark Duke Project. Here, he'll be joined by a sextet including the vocalist Jennifer Jade Leedsna, two percussionists, and, perhaps most important, a relentlessly grooving bassist, Ration Carter. Guests at each of the three shows at 7, 9, and 11 p.m. can continue partying at the Cecil, an adjacent bar. At Minton's Harlem, Manhattan, 212-243-2222, mintonsharlem.com. Rusonello, Diarrhea Planet and Thick. The Nashville band Diarrhea Planet is brash, comically brawny, and utterly direct, a garage band that started out scratchy and punkish, while constantly alluding to arena rock. On its latest album, the group started to bulk up a bit to make the similarities more direct. It's joined at this show by the all-female Brooklyn band Thick, which plays spiky, rye punk. At 9 p.m., Rough Trade NYC, Brooklyn, 718-388-4111, rawtradonique.com. Caramanica, Disco Biscuits. If the members of Disco Biscuits are even slightly embarrassed that they chose a name with disco in it in 1995, they're not letting on. The group is still barnstorming the jamband circuit, melting jamband vamps into electronic dance music loops under neo-psychedelic lights, keeping heads bobbing. Willis opens at 10 p.m. at PlayStation Theater, Manhattan, 212-930-1950, PlayStationTheater.com. Perel's, Natalie Douglas, who has applied her witty, sultry vocals to tributes to artists ranging from Nina Simone to Sammy Davis Jr. to Dolly Parton, will ring in 2018 with a very Natalie New Year, with the musical director Mark Hartman. She'll sing familiar and new songs, field audience requests and offer year-end commentary. At 7:30 and 10:45 p.m. at the Duplex Cabaret Theatre, Manhattan, 212-255-5438, theduplex.com. Gardner, Paquito de Rivera and Carlos Henriquez, a master saxophonist and clarinetist with a piquant, chirping sound on both instruments. Mr. de Rivera started his career as a member of Iracara, Cuba's groundbreaking jazz rock fusion outfit. Since then Mr. de Rivera, a National Endowment for the Arts jazz master, has sidestroked into a range of other genres, including big band jazz and Western classical. Here he appears with Carlos Henriquez, the young bassist in the Jazz at Lincoln Center Orchestra and a composer-arranger of growing esteem. At 7:30 and 11 p.m., Dizzy's Club Coca-Cola, Manhattan, 212-258-9595, jazz.org/Dizzy's. Rusonello, False Witness, a mainstay of the GHE20G0TH1K ecosystem and the KUNQ crew, False Witness makes techno that's throbbing and aggressive yet ultimately celebratory. This party, curated by Alchemy and Studio Flora, also features FXWRK, Kilburn, NK Badsmaru and Zyro. At 11:59 p.m., Baby's All Right, Brooklyn, 718-599-5800, babiesallright.com. Caramanica, Grammatic makes a slightly more steroidal version of the sort of instrumental hip-hop that was de rigueur in the New York of the mid to late 1990s, and that somehow, 2 decades later, has made this producer D.J., originally from Slovenia, an electronic music mainstay. At 9 p.m., Terminal 5, Manhattan, 212-582-6600, terminal5nyc.com. Caramanica, Macy Gray. If you thought Ms. Gray had the faded diva archetype down in the 1990s, check her out now. Her latest album, Stripped, from 2016, finds her in a raspy repartee with an expert quartet of New York jazz musicians, revisiting some highlights from her back catalog. The cabaret casting suits her, and it should make this show at the Intimate Iridium a winner. At 7 and 10 p.m., the Iridium, Manhattan, 212-582-2121, theiridium.com. Rusonello, David Guetta. A few years ago, Mr. Guetta was poised to become one of the producers to bring pop music permanently to the nightclub. Seasons change, but he remains a reliable, globally popular DJ. Expect a silky night in this Brooklyn warehouse. At 8 p.m., Depot 52, Light10Life.frontgatetickets.com. Caramanica, Corey Henry and the Funk Apostles, with Michael Mwenso and the Shakes. Mr. Henry, a virtuoso keyboardist with equal debts to George Duke and Herbie Hancock, doubles as a vocalist of magnanimous poise. With the Funk Apostles, he plays a nostalgic brew of ironed-out R&B, tinged with gospel flair. Mr. Mwenso, a Sierra Leonean vocalist, comes from the jazz world, but his messages arrive in the form of a growl, not a croon, and his band, The Shakes, is a thrashing hybrid whose concerts often take the form of a pre-war review. If a tap dancer arrives to blow your mind mid-song, don't say you weren't warned. Doors at 8 p.m., Irving Plaza, Manhattan, 212-777-6817, irvingplaza.com. Rusonello, Hot Chip, DJ set, and Simeon Mobile Disco, DJ set. How much introspection can a dance beat carry? Both Hot Chip, which released its debut album in 2004, and Simeon Mobile Disco, whose debut album arrived in 2007, have addressed that question from multiple angles, juggling analog nostalgia and digital proficiency, self-conscious directness, and ironic postures. Members of each group will be playing DJ sets as part of a 12-hour marathon that also includes J.D. Sampson, Son of Sound, Heidi Sabertooth, Olive T., Evan Michael, Alan and Andrew Blancato, Myra Fahrenheit, Deep Creep and B. Ritz. At 8 p.m., Elsewhere, Brooklyn, elsewherebrooklyn.com. Perel's, just a show. The hosts of this recurring variety presentation are making their year-end version a matinee, supplying New Year's revelers with a round of laughter before their evening festivities. The lineup includes stand-up from Farrah Brooke, Stephen Markow, Ashley Hamilton, Joe Firestone, and others. Matt DeCaro will play the music. At 4 p.m., Sunnyvale, Brooklyn, sunnyvalebk.com. Pilot, Casey Levy and Leroy Reams. Mr. Reams, an ebullient Broadway vet with stories to spare, will perform at 7 p.m., summoning the past and looking sunnily toward the future. At 11, Ms. Levy, the siren-voiced star of the Broadway-bound Frozen, she plays the Snow Queen, Elsa, will provide a mix of pop, show tunes and songs from her debut solo album, With You, joined by the guests Casey Chic and Andrew Kober, her castmates in the acclaimed 2009 revival of Hair. The later show includes a 2-course meal, a dessert buffet, an open bar and a dance party. At Feinstein's/54 Below, Manhattan, 646-476-3551, 54below.com. Gardner, The Liar Show, New Year's Eve edition. 2 Truths and a Lie and TED Talks collide when this show's host, Andy Christie, invites the performers Martin Dockery, Ed Gavigan, Leslie Goshko, and Adam Wade to flex their storytelling muscles. But can they pull one over on those attending? Audience members will ask questions to try to suss out which of the 4 stories is false. At 6 p.m., Cornelia Street Cafe, Manhattan, 212-989-9319, corneliastreetcafe.com. Pilot, Lettuce. This band is devoted to classic funk, the hand-played, syncopated 1960s and 70s lessons of James Brown, George Clinton, the Ohio Players, Sly Stone, the Meters and, lately, Miles Davis, whose music is reworked on Lettuce's 2017 album, Witch's Stew. Its New Year's Eve show should be galvanized by a guest, the guitarist John Scofield, a Davis alumnus. At Brooklyn Bowl, Brooklyn, 718-963-3369, brooklynbowl.com. Perel's, Rich Medina, a thoughtful, propulsive DJ. Mr. Medina is fluent in house, hip-hop, Afrobeat, soul and all of the slivers in between. At 9:30 p.m, Come on Everybody, Brooklyn, ComeOnEverybody.com. Caramanica, New Year's Eve at the Comedy Cellar. This celebrated New York institution hosts a lineup of familiar names for its last event of the year. Will Sylvans is the MC, and the stand-ups include Michelle Wolf, a writer and contributor at The Daily Show with Trevor Noah, who recently released an hour-long HBO special, Greer Barnes, who was a frequent guest on Chappelle's show, Roy Wood Jr., a correspondent on The Daily Show with Trevor Noah, and others. At 10:15 p.m, The Comedy Cellar, Manhattan, 212-254-3480, comedycellar.com. Pilot, New Year's Eve Improv Benefit and New Year's Eve Special. For a dozen years, the Stone has kept its freak flag planted in Alphabet City as a storm of high-end restaurants and bars has risen around it. But its days are numbered. This one-room club, dedicated to experimental improvised music, will close in February, relocating to a theater at the New School in Greenwich Village. These will be the last New Year's Eve shows at the Old Space. At 8:30 p.m, an all-star crew including the alto saxophonist and club proprietor John Zorn, the tenor saxophonist and clarinetist Chris Speed, and the cellist Okyung Lee, among others, will kick things off with a set of molten improvisations. Then, at 11 p.m, Mr. Speed will lead Pakara, a quartet exploring rhythms and harmonic modes from Balkan music and other Mediterranean traditions. At the Stone, Manhattan, thestonenique.com. Rusonello, New Year's Eve Spectacular. Crowd-averse New Yorkers tend to steer clear of Times Square on New Year's Eve, though the comedy showcase at Caroline's on Broadway, with the DJ and dancing after midnight, may make a visit worthwhile. Carrie Caudette takes on hosting duties, which means that the event will be in good hands. She was recently hired as a staff writer for Wyatt Cenac's new comedic docu-series on HBO, with John Oliver as executive producer. At 7:30 and 10 p.m, Caroline's on Broadway, Manhattan, 212-757-4100, carolines.com. Pilot, New Year's Eve with Adam Ferrara. This actor and comedian made a name for himself playing Chief Nelson, known as Needles, on the television show Rescue Me, followed by a recurring role on Nurse Jackie. He hosts these two end-of-year showcases, with appearances from Angelo Lozada and Aaron Jackson, whose performance on Last Comic Standing earned her a slot on Ellen. At 8 and 10:30 p.m, Gotham Comedy Club, Manhattan, 212-367-9000, gothamcomedyclub.com. Pilot, Amanda Palmer and Jason Webley's New Year's Eve Phantasmagoria. Ms. Palmer probes volatile, audaciously untamed emotions in grand theatrical style, whether she's pounding a piano alone or guiding larger forces, as she will on New Year's Eve. She's joined by the songwriter and accordionist Mr. Webley, as well as This Way to the Egress, Lacey Rose, Elena Ferris, and Kaylin Sherrard, along with additional pre-show performers. At 8 p.m, Brooklyn Bazaar, bkbazaar.com. Perel's, Fish. Billy Who? Fish threatens to become its own Madison Square Garden institution. It has headlined shows around New Year's Eve, with some lengthy gaps, since 1994, not to mention its 13 shows there this year. Jamming its way through songs that dip into funk, country rock, jazz and progressive rock. Phish is an institution with the imperative to keep topping itself, particularly with New Year's Eve shows that keep raising expectations for a spectacular stunt. Its 4 shows this year, from December 28 through New Year's Eve, are sold out, but they can be live-streamed via webcast.livephish.com. At 8 p.m., Madison Square Garden, msg.com. Perel's, Buster Poindexter. David Johansen's swinging alter ego returns to headline the Surrealist Ball, now in its 3rd year, leading an eclectic roster of entertainers and personalities. Imaginative dress is encouraged. The festivities begin at 9 p.m., with an open bar until 1 a.m., at the Roxy Hotel, Manhattan, Nyet Roxy Hotel Tribeca.com. Gardner, Molly Pope and Kim David Smith, 2 distinctly downtown personalities, join forces for No Thrill from Champaign. It's the first collaboration between Mr. Smith, who has been compared to his fellow Australian Peter Allen, as well as to David Bowie and Marlene Dietrich, and Ms. Pope, whose big, brassy voice, irreverent wit and multi-generational cultural savvy have earned her a fast following. Shows at 8 and 10:30 p.m. include a 3-course dinner and a half bottle of cava per person. At Pangea, Manhattan, 212-995-0900, pangeaenique.com. Gardner, QED's New Year's Eve Spectacular. Many of the performers slated to appear at these 2 events may look familiar. Most have television appearances under their belts. Emma Willmann was in an ad for a stove and on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. Leah Bonnema has been featured on VH1, and Troy Allen has appeared on Laughs on Fox. Both shows include a complimentary buffet, but the later one has a countdown and a champagne toast. At 8 and 10 p.m., QED, Queens, 347-451-3873, QEDastoria.com. Pilot, Rave Cave, a warehouse rave at a location yet to be announced. This party features a 4-hour set from DJ Sprinkles, the house music alias of the interdisciplinary and multi-genre musician Ter Thamelitz, as well as the ghetto house pioneer Paris Mitchell, the nightlife eccentrics of Rinsed, and several others. At 9 p.m., to be announced, Mean.Red. Caramanica, Real Estate, Whitney and Woods. There's something pastoral and reassuring in real estate's major chords, medium tempos and meshed, layered, near hypnotic guitar lines, invoking the birds along with the feelies. The misgivings and uncertainties are in the words, which can't chime away uncertainty so easily. Also on the bill are the band Whitney, 2 former members of the Smith Westerns, sharing falsetto-voiced self-doubt in rootsy indie rock, and Woods, which arrived in 2005 as Jeremy Earle's one-man indie band, but has added a rhythm section, horns, and hints of psychedelia and Ethiopian funk. At 9 p.m. at Brooklyn Steel, 888-929-7849, BoweryPresents.com/Brooklyn-Steel. Perel's, Resolution Tings, Night turn up a full array of African diaspora rhythms, from soca to electrocumbia to afrobeats to reggae to hybrids yet unnamed, will issue from the turntables and computers of the D.J. Eskako Jones, Ushka, and Selecta K7. The rapper J Boogie is the host, and there's dancing from the Banji Twerk team. At 10 p.m., Star Bar, Brooklyn, 718-821-1100, starbar.com. Perel's, The Rub, a special edition of one of Brooklyn's longest-running and most dance-friendly parties, featuring DJ Ayers, DJ 11, Prince Klassen and Makasa Brooklyn Cookout. At 10 p.m., The Bell House, 718-643-6510, thebllhouseny.com. Caramanica, Rick Sky as Liza Minnelli in Bazaz. A sequined variety, this performer channels Ms. Minnelli in a show featuring the Kit Kat Boys and the special guests Lycan and Nancy Witter. Mama's New Year's Extravaganza offers an alternative posse of performers. Both programs start at 9:30 p.m. and feature 3-course prix meals with champagne flutes at midnight. At Don't Tell Mama, Manhattan, 212-757-0788, don'ttellmamonique.com/shows. Gardner, Smalls New Year's Eve Jam. New York's straight-ahead jazz heart lies at Smalls, the cozy Greenwich Village basement club. On New Year's Eve its owner, Spike Wilner, will take over piano duties, leading a quintet that also features the potent tenor saxophonist Joel Fromm. Stick around after midnight and the show will give way to what's sure to be a spirited jam session. At 10:30 p.m., Smalls, Manhattan, 646-476-4346, smallslive.com. Rusonello, K.T. Sullivan and Mark Nadler, these musically and comically astute cabaret veterans, who delighted audiences in the aughts with a string of shows at the Algonquin and in their acclaimed off-Broadway Gershwin Revue, American Rhapsody, rang in 2017 at Pangea. This year, they hold court on the Upper East Side, beginning at 10:30 p.m. A 9:30 seating includes a prix 4-course dinner and a champagne toast. At the Beach Cafe, Manhattan, 212-988-7299, thebachcafe.com. Gardner, Television and Eleanor Friedberger. Television was the band that put CBGB on the map in the mid-1970s, merging sinewy art punk riffs and surreal lyrics with modal, Dantese psychedelic jams. Its two guitarists, Tom Verlaine and Richard Lloyd, can still strike sparks in a catalog of remarkable songs, only heightening the wish for new ones. Ms. Friedberger, who shared singing and songwriter with her brother, Matthew, in Fiery Furnaces in the early 2000s, began releasing solo albums in 2011, with lean, storytelling songs steeped in 1960s and 1970s rock. Bowery Ballroom, Manhattan, 212-260-4700, mercuryeastpresents.com/Bowery Ballroom. Perel's, They Might Be Giants. This prolific, pop-loving, proudly nerdy band was offering free streaming audio back in 1985, when the streaming server was an answering machine with its daily dial a song, and playback was on your telephone. Through the decades, the group has applied its knack for tunes and rhymes to, among many other things, science, history, the music business, romance, and teaching letters and numbers. Its 2008 album, Here Come the 123s, won a Grammy for Best Musical Album for Children, but its vast catalog has ample wit for adults. The Rad Trads will open at 9:30 p.m., Music Hall of Williamsburg, Brooklyn, 718-486-5400, musicalloftwilliamsburg.com. Perel's, Steve Tyrell. This singer, producer, and champion of traditional pop wraps up his 13th holiday season. He began doing them after the death of Bobby Short with a new show, A Song for You, featuring tunes by Leon Russell and Van Morrison, as well as American songbook favorites. Seating for the early show starts at 5:30 p.m., with a black tie gala at 8:30, including a 4-course menu, and followed by dancing in the lobby with the Peter Dutchen Orchestra. At the Café Carlyle, Manhattan, 212-744-1600, rosewoodhotels.com. Gardner, Charlie Wilson. Go for the Charlie Wilson who made ecstatic, indelible funk music as the frontman of the Gap Band, but stay for the Charlie Wilson who's added searing, scathing vocals to songs by Kanye West, UGK, and Snoop Dogg. Each reshaped his moment. At 7 p.m., Prudential Hall, Newark, njpac.org. Caramanica, John Mayer and Dave Chappelle. Unlikely celebrity BFFs with complimentary gifts for unguarded banter. The virtuosic guitarist John Mayer and the reinvigorated stand-up Dave Chappelle have been collaborating on and off for more than a decade. This year, they took their informal show, dubbed Controlled Danger, on the road, mixing music, comedy, and storytelling. While Mr. Chappelle will release 2 new Netflix specials on December 31st, his more spontaneous New Year's performance will doubtless be alongside Mr. Mayer, himself a skilled improviser. At 9 p.m., The Forum, Inglewood, California, livenation.com. Joe Cascarelli, Migos, Post Malone, Young Thug, and Lil Yachty. The ad-lib happy Atlanta rap trio Migos Quavo, Offset and Takeoff bookend 2017 with big wins, from a #1 album, Culture, and single, Bad and Boy, in January to, somehow, increased ubiquity ahead of its early 2018 follow-up. In Denver this weekend, they will be joined by their label mate Lil Yachty, rap's reigning eccentric, Young Thug, and the auto-tune crooner Post Malone, whose inescapable single Rockstar has him poised for world domination. At 6 p.m., Magnus Arena, redrocksonline.com. Cascarelli, Willie Nelson. Where else but Austin would Willie Nelson spend New Year's Eve? His open-door vision of country, which embraces jazzy harmonies, western swing, gospel piano, pop songs, outlaw irreverence, rock drive, and a kindly, avuncular wisdom, is the city's presiding musical spirit. His New Year's Eve show includes a reunion of Delbert and Glenn, Delbert McClinton and Glenn Clark, and more. At 8 p.m. at ACL Live at the Moody Theatre, 512-225-7999, acl-live.com. Perel's, Rebirth Brass Band. The definitive New Orleans combination of stubborn, deep-seated tradition and purely immediate pleasures is the spirit of the Rebirth Brass Band. When it was founded in 1983, it was innovative in the way it merged traditional second-line carnival rhythms and jazz with more recent funk, all without sacrificing the feeling that every band member was improvising all the time. Now it's a pillar of New Orleans music, and no less euphoric on the bandstand. With the Hot 8 Brass Band opening. At 10:30 p.m., Howlin' Wolf, New Orleans, 504-529-5844, thehowlinwolf.com. Perel's, Britney Spears. Since December 2013, this resilient pop idol has kept the flame of the Y2K era alive with her Las Vegas revue, Piece of Me, an intricately choreographed, and semi-reliably executed, excursion through her sturdy catalog of smashes. After more than 200 performances that successfully steadied her career and helped to strip away the past prime stigma of a Vegas residency, Ms. Spears' Sixtravaganza comes to an end on New Year's Eve. Bruno Mars and Lady Gaga will join the Strip circuit in 2018. At 9 p.m., The Axis at Planet Hollywood, Las Vegas, Ticketmaster.com/Britney Cascarelli.